Hey people, how are you? Welcome to my coffee cup that I never wash. Welcome to my noodles. Here, noodles. Let's do this. Welcome to my pasta. Welcome to my pasta bake. Welcome to my life. Hello. Isn't this good? This is talking about eggplants. Talking about how they were resilient plants. They're in the deadly nightshade family. So the plants kind of like neglect. They're a little bit like weeds. So we don't like to mollycoddle them too much. It's like fasting with humans, how the cells work better. It's a bit like that. Some plants just like a little bit of neglect. If you mollycoddle them too much, they get problems. They actually get attacked by pests and diseases because they get weaker if you mollycoddle plants too much. So I didn't need watering today. It looks deadly, doesn't it, when you look at an eggplant, those black fruits on the plant. Even though it's got attractive pink flowers, purple flowers, it still looks deadly, doesn't it, when you look at an eggplant plant. It just has that vicious sort of poisonous look about it, I reckon. Okay. Got my angle grinder here. Just one packet with onion flavoured oil inside the sachet. It's these ones. Along with pasta, bolognese. Here. How's your Good Friday, everybody? How you all doing today? If you guys ever looked up JJ Smith with her green drinks, I got my dad onto those. He was making them for ages. Then she said green schnitzel, that's what she said. She reckons a masculine man should have schnitzel. Green schnitzel. Perhaps with pesto. These are pretty well done, they're ready, I reckon. It's very tempting to have the noodles first. So, right. Put them through a sieve. Sieve. board. Let's see what this is like. It actually doesn't look too bad. Looks quite tastes alright. Only thing I might have done different, well, probably needs a little bit of chicken salt. Yeah, I think flavourings are good to add at the end instead of the beginning, because when the water goes out, the flavour goes out with it. What did you guys do for work experience at high school? Did you do work experience at high school? You always big on noodles. Did you work in a noodle factory? An actual noodle factory? Did you work at a flour mill? Did you work on a farm? They were saying they help people. This is out. My higher self reckons sweet fruity white, 5 litres. From Dan Murphy's you can buy it for $14.99. From another bottle shop, $16. 5 litres. $3.20 a litre. Not bad, is it? Pretty good. Sweet fruity white. What my higher self reckons would be good for people. I personally probably prefer, I like red wine. I like dry red, not as sweet. Some people prefer white wine, which I understand. And pasta. Those noodles are actually really good. Probably just would have eaten the noodles, to tell you the truth, instead of this meal. Didn't really feel like I needed pasta. Yeah. I already ate beef for breakfast, so yeah, probably not a second meal of beef, I don't think, but perhaps for tea I'll keep this one. Thought you could come along today while I make tuna Mornay, and I'm going to do it with pasta. I reckon I reckon what we'll do with those potatoes is, you know the potatoes that you can get with the that are sliced and then baked, and you open them like a fan. I reckon they're going to be quite good. So probably do those with them. Roast potatoes with that, like perhaps with a bit of oil and butter on them, and spices over the top. I reckon that, like paprika and salt. I reckon that would be really nice. I reckon it would be really good. What do they call them? Lumberjack potatoes or something. Alright. I reckon we're going to do one more noodles. Really? Alright, we'll have pasta. We'll do pasta instead. This is what God did want for people right this minute. So we'll do pasta. So thank you, faggot. So we'll do Mornay. Feels quite stodgy compared to noodles. Noodles will just be easier to eat, aren't they? Unless you're starving at the end of a day's work. And you're probably going to want this hearty meal. And Jay just popped in. He said he doesn't care if you're masculine. He's saying I'm a breath of fresh air. So I can hear him breathing. Now, when I talk to you, he approves of this methodology. It's probably enough the same. It's one bite of meat. There you go. And Jay supports me with a masculine all the way. That's what he said. And that's good. It's good. Clean up this a little bit. Okay. Said you're a victim, fag, hag, masculine, aren't you? I think we should make the Mornay together, because Rua's here, my old boss. He said, I think we should make it together. So, excuse me. Let's see what we can dredge up from the cupboards. I'll switch the camera around. Yeah. No, we'll do it in front. That's what we'll do. So I like to be looking at you. Let's see what we got. Perhaps I'll move this down just a tad, so you can actually see the ingredients. Right. I worked out that on the drained weight of these tunas, I've got 5 big tins in spring water. They are 1.3 kilos. That's the total amount for those tunas there, 1.3 on the drained weight. Alright. So it's quite a lot of tuna, and they thought 5 tins of tuna. That's what they said. This goes hand in hand with tuna Mornay, doesn't it? Peas, super sweet corn, and carrot. So that'll go nicely with it. That whole amount in there, I reckon, is going to be perfect. It's going to be good for it. So we're doing that. Now we want a thick sauce, don't we, for our Mornay? So we will need, well, one of the things we'll need is butter. What else are we going to need? I reckon we want it thickened with a bit of flour. What else are we going to need for this? Alright, I've been getting instructed what I've got a female collective in the background telling me what'll go nicely with it. So they reckon Worcestershire sauce, paprika, pepper, that's what they reckon. Okay, that's good. Oh yeah. Pasta. Well, I reckon we cook that separately in some water and we make these all together. Onions probably the only thing I'm thinking this might probably need just to give it a little bit more flavour. What do you people think? Onion is perfect, they said. Right, so we're just going to chop these up into squares. So just one's enough, I reckon. One's enough. Okay. So we're going to get out our big pan. And we're going to reuse this one to make the actual pasta. We'll reuse this one for the pasta. We'll use a big pan for all of these ingredients. It's going to be real simple and real easy. I can tell you that. It's going to be very, very easy to make. That Worcestershire sauce is going to make it taste good. So the Worcestershire sauce has actually got salt in it, and it actually has golden syrup, that Worcestershire sauce. It's got molasses in it, which is a sugar extract. But if you smell this, it smells sweet and spicy because it's got a selected blend of spices in it as well. Like Mum used to use it when she made hamburgers, like meatballs. Worcestershire sauce, that was one of her ingredients, and it just gives the things a nice flavour. So we will, hi Mum if you're watching, I love you Mum if you're watching. What do you think of my amazing wisdom, Mum, that I'm sharing with people, Mum? Righty-o. She likes my wisdom, she said. We're going to move all of these aside. Butter just makes things taste good. I just like butter. Aldi, $4.50 people for a kilo of butter. It's like a dairy blend basically. That's what it is. This one. Right. Is it dairy blend? I'll just confirm that that's correct. Okay, vegetable oil, butter oil, so it's buttermilk powder, so it does have milk components in it. So it is essentially a dairy blend, and palm oil. So there you go, dairy blend. Oil and butter spread, because it makes it spread. The oil makes it obviously soft. So it's actually really good. Highly recommend this one. Men do think you're arrogant facial expression, don't they? That's what they said. Hmm? You're just a wisdom slut fun person, aren't you? That's what they said. To God's disapproval. I wrote something last night on my Facebook when I woke up. God told me. He said something along the lines of, the more you get comfortable with your I can't remember the quote, but it's go to Ben Harrison on Facebook, and it was really good. But it was about your soul's ascension, and basically the more comfortable you get in your own skin, the more you ascend, like spiritually. That's what it was. It was something along those lines. There was a female there that said you're still faggot masculine. What if that's my own skin? Who knows? Who cares? Alright. It's good enough. People love your wisdom book. That's what Michelle Vidler said. God said dumb. Because he likes the idea of me reading out material. That's like the book in my videos. That's what God likes the most. So... Michelle said doll. She's got faggot wisdom, doesn't she, Michelle Vidler? That's what the Masculine Collective said. She reads for a lot of women, I think. Is that true? Hmm? I don't know. Okay, so this is our... Who's that gone? God said banker. I don't take anything seriously, people. As you know, things always change from one day to the next, don't they? It's one thing said one day, another thing said the next day, isn't it? It's very sporadic, my life. But moving onions. Thank you, Fanker, God said. Thank you, Fanker. Thank you, God, for bringing this to you. Another video brought to you by God. Okay. Now, we'll heat this pan. It's very relaxed, this cooking experience. I don't like to make cooking a chore. Oil. It helps with other people here to be doing this. Doesn't feel so bad to be cooking when there's other people here. So a bit of oil in there. Let's heat this up. Put the light on. It's on high. So I've heated up a whole kettle full of boiling water. So I'll leave that here for the time being because pasta only takes about 9 minutes to cook. So we'll just leave that in the pan, and perhaps I'll put it on low, or not, just leave it there. Right, those onions are going to cook. I reckon we're going to put the tuna in now, before the onion starts cooking, because it'll be nicer when it all cooks together, I reckon. So it's just going to be a matter of draining these 5 tins of tuna in a sieve. And I'm going to need a can opener as well, which I do possess. I do have a can opener. Let's see what we can dredge up. Michelle Bible says I'm a wisdom soul. I'll be back. I just have to go and find it from my bedroom. I'll be 1 sec, people. Right, people, I bought this when I moved out a million years ago. This one from Woolies. It was an expensive one, so I invested in it. I'm glad I did because it's lasted a long time. So 1 tin at a time into a sieve. Alright, well, we're together here right now, so you're going to be here with me for this tedious process. Or not tedious, it all depends on how you view it, doesn't it? But these are 37% water, these tins. So it actually looks like very good tuna, very good quality tuna in the tins here. So I'll show you actually. It's nice and red. But it's just home brand tuna, you can't see it properly, but it's actually really, it looks like fish that you would buy, obviously in a tin, but it's actually really good. So, okay. Put that to low. So this is on low, these onions. So I'm going to add this first tin now in here, just because it's going to cool the whole thing down so it doesn't burn. Wooden spoon. Those onions smell quite good. We're going to make a nice thick sauce, people, with this tuna. Some of that tuna water can also go in there, so what I reckon is that's going to give it flavour as well. And that will actually, I'll use flour actually to thicken the sauce. So that tuna water, some of that's going to make the sauce. So I'll drain. Yeah. So we'll put in, see some of the sauce I'm actually putting in here. Water, sorry, because that's going to make the sauce and it's going to be flavoured, obviously, with tuna and all the goodness that that tuna has. So alright, break it open, tip it in. So I'm going to pause the video just while I open the other 3 so it doesn't bore you, and I'll be back. Right, you can stay because it's not hard to open these 3. So that one's done. One there. So we're going to do 3 in here with the water from the tins. And just boil off the water. That was Jane Morris's tip. He reckons 3 with the water in here. Hi Jane, if you're watching in real life. If you're watching, because it's all real life, isn't it? I live in spirit world for half of my existence, but it's still real, isn't it? In my experience. So, we'll do 3 in here. Go to my Facebook, Ben Harrison, people, because she helped me with it, well, with a book title. That's what the Masculine Collective wanted me to tell you. Because I thought it was a good idea. I thought it would be popular as an idea. It was about the practical application of spirituality, which a lot of people would look at, like in a doing format. So, just use a spoon. Be careful about the edges of these tins, people, because they're sharp. They can cut you really easily. One more. Faggy loves fish. Something he does love. They said just say a faggy. Faggy loves the smell of fish and not just the smell of a urinal. They encourage me to say everything I think. Turn a laugh, apparently. That's urea. Urea that you can smell. Rightio. Saying it's decomposted urine. Alright. I reckon that can just stay there now. It's going to keep heating up. I reckon there's a potential of actually cooking the pasta in here, but no, probably not. I'll cook it separately, I reckon. We'll just take our time while this happens. Don't be a wanker and just explain what you're doing. There's not much more to explain. The water's just cooking with the onion and tuna in it. To speed it up, I could actually put the lid on if I wanted to, but how much of this do I want to evaporate is the question. They're recommending put the lid on. Okay, let's be a bit mainframe and put lids on. Alright. You're still faggot masculine, they said. Why am I faggot masculine now? Excuse me? Exactly what we're talking about. Just do sooner than Facebook Espresso, they said. What's wrong with Lily Cerner? What's wrong with not doing Lily Cerner? No. What? You're not a faggot if you understand it's for women. Oh, or is it now? That's what we said all along. We don't accept homosexuality for gay people. This is very revealing, people. You're listening, people. It's very, very interesting. Okay, this is boiling. Okay. Thank you, Benjamin, they said. Well, I'm a baby for being gay and knowing that it's about homophobia. Okay. Well, I upset your apple cart, don't I? I'm a nuisance, aren't I? To the public. Okay. They said you're still faggots masculine, and they said just do bergamot at the same time. They said both at the same time. Isn't that funny? Do faggot masculine, be gay, which they don't want, or do bergamot, which serves them. The world is dominated by straight people. Yet I have this voice, and yet so many people are interested in me, and yet I get all the attention. And they went, yep. I think the world's probably dominated by me. And I think people that seek domination don't get it. And I think people that don't seek domination actually get it. Because you get what you don't want. Isn't it funny? Okay. But now I've gotten comfortable with it. I actually want it. Isn't that also interesting? I reckon, people, we're probably going to just spoon this as as dessert spoons into here to thicken it. The oil and flour is actually going to do a good job at thickening this mixture. And I reckon this has got enough. I'll show you, it's all broken down. Like that. If you can see properly. So this tuna's really good because it breaks down, and I can smell it. It actually smells quite flavourful. They said I'm coming. The Masculine Collective. So all that is in there is oil, tuna water, tuna, and onions. So I'm glad I got the tuna in water because there was brine, which is a salt solution for those that aren't aware, and an oil. There were three options, and I got the one in spring water. So I reckon this was the best option, because otherwise, if you tipped all the oil in, it would have been just masses of oil from like 5 tins. So I reckon water was good, because now it'll make a sauce with the flour. So I reckon we're going to do use one of these, obviously from a rice cooker, just like a spoon, that much. We're going to just dab it on the top, just so it doesn't create lumps. You don't want lumps when you're doing this. Just dab it over the top. Susie reckons I'm still faggot masculine. Sorry. She doesn't like faggot masculine. She doesn't like male chefs. Joquin said, Wisda. A lot of people used to compare me to Huey on Huey's cooking adventures. Oh, they said he's a dumb wanker. That's what they said about Huey. Is he actually what? I thought he was a straight man. Sorry? He's not Gordon Ramsay, that's what they're saying. Okay, fair enough. He's shrugging his shoulders and saying, I don't care. He's helping people, wanker. That was a female that said that. Okay. Easy does it, they said about the flour, because they reckon that's actually enough. I can see this thickening up, this sauce. So I reckon we're going to put some butter in, and I reckon we're going to do 2 dessert spoons of butter into this mixture. Same one? Right. So I'm going to show you this mixture, how it is at the moment. It looks like that. I'm just looking to see how much of that you can see. So it's actually thickened up, and you can hear the bubbling, and it's like, you know when a mixture thickens, it's got different sound of bubble, like when it gets thicker? That's how it's sounding now. Well, you can hear it, I'm sure, with the video. So we're going to use butter. So we're going to use 2 dessert spoons. So this is 1, semi-heaped. This is going to make a lot. So, and 2. Butter's quite rich, so that's all you really need. It's actually got butter oil in it, I saw in the ingredients, this thing here. I used to work at a bakery, and we made like brioche, and I'm pretty sure it was flavoured with like a butter oil type substance. It actually gives quite a nice butter flavour. And I can smell it, it actually smells quite good. So it just gives flavour to things, you know. Obviously oil was concentrated, so isn't that good? So this is just melting in here. I'm going to keep showing you, because how's that? I reckon the tuna Mornay is just going to be really delicious. And now I'm actually going to make the pasta. I'm going to put pasta in here. I was just asking the whole thing, and they were like, yeah. So it seems like a lot. Like this packet's really 500 grams. Okay. $500 grams is good for mainfreight people, aka probably in the pot. Is that what you're talking about? That's what we are going to be doing, like in the big pot they're talking about. So, okay. Really? Listen, that's what we are doing, they said. Okay. Well, it'll work, won't it? Sorry? It'll absorb a lot of the sauce. That's the only thing I'm concerned about. Then you just add more water, don't you? That's what we will do for flavour, they said. Alright. And it goes. Alright. What? Now it's made it all... I didn't really agree, but oh well. Listen to wisdom. Alright. Can't be much different, can it? The only thing I'm worried about is it's going to dilute the flavours. Should be right. Alright. Seeing as we're here, no, I'm going to let the pasta cook first. I'm going to cook this on high heat. We'll just cook it. It'll work. That's what my dad's saying in spirit. He's saying it'll work, wanker, so alright. I just didn't want to dilute the flavour in the actual sauce too much in the Mornay with water. I'll just let it evaporate. It's just going to probably take longer. That's the thing I didn't want. Alright. This is why sometimes people, you need to listen to yourself. Well, I don't agree with that. They said you just faggot scum, and I don't agree. One person in Earthbound Spirit form said that. I don't agree. I reckon you've got good wisdom on your own sometimes without needing people as well. Okay. The pasta's going to absorb quite a bit of water, people, as it cooks. Yeah, this will be right. My dad was right. He said it's going to work, so it'll be okay. The pasta water's got starch in it that's also going to thicken the sauce. So it's going to actually, you know how people put pasta sauces in, like water, pasta water and pasta sauce at the end when they're cooking pasta? I reckon it's going to, it'll make it thick, especially when it cools. I just need some of that water to evaporate, which it will do because it's bubbling a lot, it's quite hot. I'll just let that sit because that's all going to cook without the lid on. So, if you wanted to, you could put milk or cream, like you could put cream in it if you wanted, but it's not really necessary. I think butter and white flour is enough for like a sauce. Or cheese, you can put cheese in it as well. Yeah, they're saying that would be ideal to put cheese in it. If you had cheese, just to give it a bit of bite. But I reckon Worcestershire, this is Female Collective that said Worcestershire would be good. Pepper and ground paprika, it's going to go really nicely. So it's got protein and carbs, people, this meal. And that pasta is actually going to bulk out and really expand. I think it expands something like 3 to 4 times of the dried packet. So it's going to be, that water's necessary, that amount of water in there to actually cook it. I'm actually half contemplating putting on the lid. keep some of that fluid in there. They were actually right. This is the thing. I think I'm stubborn and arrogant sometimes, thinking I'm right when they're like that. This here would have just been overflowing with that amount of pasta. It's only a small saucepan, so they actually do know better. But I'm just a big know-it-all. Probably another reason why they picked me. They like arrogant sea urchin people for spiritual purposes, don't they? No, not really. They said fuck off. I don't think God would agree with that. There's some very timid psychics out there that are probably a lot more people perfect and approachable that people probably would go to. So we don't discriminate, I don't think. I'm arrogant, but I'm self-depreciating. I am willing to say where my shortfalls are. Right. This has got to go down on a low heat. Because I can feel it getting hard on the surface of the pan. But this pasta is going to cook down quite nicely. You will definitely taste the fishy sauce. Okay. Okay. Use a little bit more, it's on low heat now, so I reckon we're just going to put the lid on and just add water where necessary. But it's one of those things, I think, pasta, like with goldfish, you know, when you add more water, they grow bigger. So that's, yeah, I'm hearing you right, Ben, because once the water gets full of starch and gets thick, it doesn't really absorb the water as well. It's like it's got its own intelligence, pasta. Even if there's water in there, you need to add a bit more for it to keep cooking, is what I find. It likes fresh water, I think, to absorb pasta. So yeah, we're gonna put in the Mail Collective went, oh, and then they were like, I knew that they were thinking put in the vegetables now. We'll put these in now. There we go. They helped me. God was like, they went, you're right, wanker. There you go. It's cooking. More butter? No, two's enough. So that pasta's, once that pasta's cooked, because that's, oh, that's getting soft. It needs a little bit. Sorry? Women like you, they said. Women like Jayu. Hello to all the women out there. Right. The two things I'm probably going to be critical about are butter and salt. And traps, I don't know, I think a little bit more flour thickener might be nice, because I actually like a Mornay sauce. That's actually what I do really appreciate about a tuna Mornay. So let's taste it. That's not bad. It needs to be a bit thicker. So it does need more flour. And I'm going to actually add another spoon of butter. What would you guys say? They want me to be making this on my own, so I reckon we are going to use another spoon of butter. Cheese would have been really probably ideal for this. And I'm actually going to use a bit of salt. So I'm going to put a teaspoon of salt. Simply because there's no cheese here. And I'm going to use another spoon of butter. That much. They said, easy baby, we don't want more butter in there, do we? They don't want more. Alright, so I'll leave it in there. They think that 2's enough. Okay. Let's try this. Okay. That's wisdom. They reckon that's enough. So let's put some salt, a teaspoon of salt. Teaspoon of salt. We're going to put Worcestershire sauce. So I'm going to put a dessert spoon of Worcestershire sauce in here. A lot of people are probably just gonna, I reckon 1.5. They were saying easy does it with Worcestershire sauce. So that's probably enough. Let's see what that tastes like. Oh, it's got vinegar in it. That's quite strong. It almost reminds me of really strong balsamic vinegar. Paprika. Sop was saying just do bergamot. Why Sop? Probably that much paprika. It's about 1/2 teaspoon because it's quite hot. It'll add some bite to it. Pepper. Without the lid. Pepper. I'm a bad medium, aren't I? That's what God is suggesting. You put the 3rd teaspoon of butter in there. That's what he would have said he would have done. I personally like the taste of fat. Flour. Not much. Michelle said, that's your wisdom, boo. There you go. To be intuitive, you have to be confident, people, otherwise your intuition won't work, is what she's trying to say. So she helped me from her own amazing wisdom, because that's what psychics do. So she said just do computer mode, that's what she said. That's what her intuition would be. So, she's heard by people, baby, she said. Let's taste this and see what it tastes like. I reckon I'm still going to add that butter. No? No, I wouldn't change it. That's actually not that bad. The only thing I probably would do is try some pasta. Which is still stodgy. It needs a bit more water in there because you want pasta to be cooked. Quite a lot of water probably, just that little bit. Yeah, they said wisdom the minute I did that. And probably leave the lid on so the pasta is allowed to actually soak. So that could have done with a little bit more flavouring in my opinion. I reckon a little bit more Worcestershire sauce. And I reckon a little bit, no more butter, just Worcestershire I reckon. And some paprika. And I reckon that'll be good. Meanwhile, I will clean up my bench and show you. So please, when you cook, guys, use a recipe, but I prefer doing it to taste. I make like, how did chefs make recipes? They made them by experience and by judgment. So you're allowed to do the same thing. You're allowed to be just as good as those people that write recipe books. Make your own recipe books. So these are going in the bin. Never think that other people are above you, people. Okay. Otherwise you're going to see yourself as not good enough. That's not what you want. Help people and you're going to feel special. Like what I'm doing here. A lot of people love my cooking, people. I feel like having a beer. So then, right. Sorry. This thing actually gets tighter when you tighten it. Now, I'm just going to turn it so it doesn't burn on the bottom, but it has to be hot so that the pasta also cooks. It's only on medium heat, but as you'll notice, when you put the lid on, it actually contains all the heat and the whole thing actually gets hot. So, Michelle Vidler's saying just do, who said that? Was that Christina? They were both agreeing, just do burger mode. Okay. They said people help you, faggot. That's what they said. Alright. Bit more in there. What do you guys prefer? Cooking videos or the law of one? What's our consensus at the moment? They prefer faggot, they said. That was immediate, that answer. I guess faggot means we like faggot with whatever he wants, or all of it, Oliver. Probably with whatever I want to share. Probably Oliver, probably both. Because all of this is faggot, isn't it? Help people, they said. Help people. Gay people like faggot bergamot. They reckon bergamot is a faggot. A fagu. A wagyu fagu. They reckon Nick's a faggot as well. I think you understand why, bergamot. Easy does it, they said with the water. Right, we're going to let that pasta soak in a little bit more fluid. It's nice and protein rich. We're going to leave it on low and put the lid on so that the pasta just keeps cooking. Oh yeah, I've got cola in here, people, and iced tea. What's the vote? Which one should we have? Cola or iced tea? Coca-Cola. Audi Cola, which I actually really like. It actually tastes delicious. So let's have some glass. A lot of people were saying we really like the Coles Cola that you buy at Coles for $1.10. I bought that last time and it was actually just as good as Coke. It tasted exactly like Coke and I can taste the subtleties. So this one's good as well. Tastes like Pepsi, that one. Okay. That's your wisdom facial expression, they said. It's like Pepsi, Coca-Cola. Okay. Susie Psychic Medium is saying, you help people. She loves the idea of helping people. So that passed as, God said, thank you, faggot. That's what he said. I reckon that means it's probably done. So I'm going to take that as a yes. So I'm going to turn the heat off and just show you that that's the finished. Let's focus that camera. That's what it looks like at this current point. Somehow, let me just try some. Mum reckons put stock cubes in it. That was her addition. But look, that tastes quite good. Alright people, somebody's here. 1Z was what Muhammad Fahan did do to make people understand that it was okay to do cocksucking love right now. Get it? Oneness is what I do. 1Z. Get it? Ha. There you go. Isn't that interesting? Alright. So this looks quite good. God reckons that's ready. So the flavours are quite good in there. I reckon it just it's more salt. That's enough. It's probably all you need. Okay, they're quite happy. Tastes alright. I find it tastes different when it's finished. Anyway, so put these away. They're crying and they're saying that's what we don't love about people here, because I trust them with everything. But they said it's because someone was crying. That was Lily Suter's mum. And someone said that's because you're street smart, because I do trust, because I've got the experience to know that they're usually right, and if I don't listen, I usually regret it afterwards. So I actually do trust them. God said you're my faggot, and you're right, faggot. I think he said. I'm allowed to think it, but shh. In fact, no, talk. You're allowed to. Shouldn't be mentioning names though. I should just be giving me information, shouldn't I? Because that's respectful. Sorry, Lily Suter's mum. I can understand why you would be crying. I don't like the idea of it either. I like to make my own decisions sometimes. So I don't blame you for thinking that. I do cry a lot of the time, but I'm realising this is also for my best interest to be having this experience. So, how many? They usually always get it right. I asked them the number of containers. 18, they're saying. Okay, so we'll do 3 lots of 6 in 3 rows. They hurt people, faggy, don't they? Yes, they do. God, you hurt me all the time. All the time. God, you hurt me all the time. Ha ha. God, you hurt me all the time. Okay. Let's have a look. He's still arrogant, baby, they still. This is what he says to me to help me understand who he is. He gives me analogies like that, just so you know. So, I'm thinking the little containers are going to go further because they're going to stack better in the freezer. So, they're fine for now. Just saying something we didn't really understand you. You're still arrogant, David. Smells a bit fishy. So these are smaller, that was cheaper to buy. 50 for $10 of these little ones, and they're going to stack better in the freezer. And I only shallow fill the big ones anyway. So we're doing 18 for wisdom, or wisdom. Right. Arrogant soul doesn't want to be looked at by people. I will admit I'm very shy. But I did say when I got back home last night, I would sit with Lamb and his friends at the table because he had people over. He's Vietnamese. He has a Vietnamese friend and another friend who's Persian. I was going to sit with them. Okay. All right, ready, boom, boom. Ladle, soup ladle. Right. Come here because Muhammad loves you. Right. So look at that. 1. I'm going to put more into each one. I'm just going to do 1 ladle to start with. 2. Faggot doll, Muhammad said. Muhammad, do you not like yourself for being a faggot doll? Is my question. It almost looks like tuna and mayonnaise. You know how you buy that tuna and mayonnaise in the tin? Because it looks like, yeah, that's how it looks. You help people, don't you, the gay population said. Guys, if you're on rations and you're struggling for money, make this. Because it's actually, like, look at that. It's like pasta salad, but it's really filling and hearty. Keep ingredients like flour in the pantry, people. Watch Kath Armstrong with the Cheapskates Club because she talks about ingredients give you options is the thing she always says. because she's a creative problem solver. She's one of those people, and by having the bare bones basics like flour in the pantry, if you have a crisis, you've always got something to make pancakes with, or a white sauce with. You know what I mean? You don't have to just use flour for cake. "18 meals. The male collective don't really agree with my cheapskates mentality because it's not very masculine. But I don't know, I'm just different all round to most people. She likes masculine method. Yeah, she likes Lily Tuna. Lamb said, my landlord said in his spirit voice just then. They're his true thought forms in real life that he would say if he was completely open and transparent. That's why I love being psychic. Okay. Right. It's really interesting to see what people think of me in the transparent dialogue. I had no idea it was that bad. I knew it was bad, but I had no idea it was that bad. I'm not talking about Lamb, I'm talking about the collective thought form. Lamb's actually quite nice. Just do... You're a beautiful wanker. Mark Manhire is actually really nice to me. You know, his younger self was here from 20 years ago, and he had a different voice at that time, and he was a completely different person. And he was into cock... Do I say that? Because I don't want him to get offended. He wasn't gay, he was always straight, but he was more open-minded back then. He was a very different person. You wouldn't have even recognised him. He's matured a lot as he's gotten older. Okay. He's just such the nicest gentleman, Mark Manhire. He doesn't say a bad word about me in spirit format. And that's the thing, there are a lot of nice people out there, and this is also to gay people, to anyone. Michelle Vidler's actually a really nice woman as well, and it actually really hurt her what I said in that text message, by the way. She was crying in spirit form a lot, which is actually quite sad. Lamb, my landlord, said just like Lily Tuna, because men dismiss those emotional things quite quickly, but yeah. So I'm going to show you from an aerial